Now, the Prime Minister's apologised for comments in a newspaper interview in which he compared the heckling of an opposition MP in Parliament to having someone with Tourette's sitting opposite you. Mr Cameron said the remark about the shadow Chancellor Ed Balls had been made off the cuff and that he had not meant to offend anyone. Now, the comments have angered campaigners for people with disabilities. This disabilities campaigner, Nicky Clark, whose daughter suffers from Tourette syndrome, said she was disappointed by the Prime Minister's remarks despite his apology.
I think his comments show an ignorance of the condition. I think also when you look at surveys that have been conducted by Scope, the rising levels of hate crime and verbal abuse on the streets targeted at disabled people, and you have the leader of this country using a condition like Tourette syndrome for point scoring it's appalling. And there's this sort of misconception also about the condition itself, that the verbal tics and swearing is predominant. It isn't. It accounts for a tiny minority. And it's just very, very disappointing. And as a carer, fighting for the rights of disabled people and disabled people themselves fighting for their own rights, this sort of commenting is just, it's belittling, it's hugely disappointing, and I think it underpins a wider picture of how disabled people are treated in this country today.
Nicky Clark, who is a disabilities campaigner. Well, speaking on the Andrew Marr show, the Prime Minister repeated his apology, saying he was sorry if his comments had angered those with disabilities.
I was speaking off the cuff, and if I offended anyone, of course, I'm very sorry about that. That wasn't my intention at all. But I think probably it's a lesson for me that in the Commons I have to try and tune out the noise that's coming and just concentrate on trying to answer the question.